From the baseball director over at Coppin for all things Eagles on and off the floor and the court and in and out of the classroom. We welcome Nichole Person back onto the program. Happy new school season to you. It's probably the busiest time of the year for you because you're actually dealing with these kids maybe off the court or off the fields and all that stuff and getting involved in their real lives around there and settling in. There's nothing quite like the energy of coming back to school, is there, Nichole?
There is not. Thank you so much for having me, Nestor. This is a great time of year. We plan all summer for activities, projects, programming to make sure that they can hit the ground running when they get here in August.
You know, every time I go over there, first thing I notice is, wow, this is Baltimore. This is Coppin State. If people only knew how cool this little campus is and this gym and what's going on in the athletic department. But, you know, when I invite people over there, the thing that's amazing for me is where all these kids come from. And I talk to all your coaches all the time that, you know, I figure local schools have mostly local kids. And maybe from an educational standpoint, that's the case. But I think your sports programs are well represented. Many, many states, people come from all over the place, and they come onto a campus. Maybe they don't know the campus well. Maybe they don't know what's going on in the community well. Maybe they don't know the city very well. And I think for all the coaches, all the assistant coaches, and all the people in your athletic department, to create sort of that vibe, you have all of these events to get kids out and about and contributing in a positive way here in the community.
Exactly. Our particular program, we're proud to boast that we have over 50 students representing 17 different countries. So not only are they coming from all over the United States, they're coming from all over the world. Whereas we have a player from Australia this year, Sweden, the Caribbean, of course. But we really like to bring them in, introduce them to Baltimore, and letting them know that they're going to make an impact not only on campus, but this community as well.
Well, you do all sorts of stuff. My gosh, I'm looking here. Maryland Food Bank, neighborhood cleanups, adopt a school, partner with the ACE Project, AIDS Walk and Run. And these are all, this is volunteer, right? You put this up throughout the athletic department, and you find kids where they feel like they want to be a part of this. There's a real mentoring thing going on over there.
Exactly. We have a council, a committee called the Student Athlete Advisory Committee, and they sit around and decide what programming is important to them. So they decided that, you know, career training, mental health awareness, financial literacy was important to them in addition to community service or service learning activities. So I spend all summer trying to partner with different programming and organizations to give these students the opportunity to participate in these activities along with their schoolwork and competing on a Division I team.
Nichole Person is the Associate Athletic Director and Senior Women's Administrator over at Coppin State. They are our partners. You can find them at CoppinStateSports.com anytime, anywhere. Of course, Juan Dixon will be joining us here throughout the basketball season. We'll have the ladies' Eagles as well as the men's games on WNST AM 1570 as well as at WNST.net. I want to talk a little bit about you because anytime I invite coaches on or folks on from Coppin and I don't know a lot about their background, I go out to LinkedIn, I go to Facebook, I go to your Twitter live and in person, and I see the Bernie Bickerstaff connection and the NBA connection. Wow, you've been involved in the NBA a long time and All-Star Game festivities, and obviously this goes back to Bernie and his involvement in the NBA too, right?
It actually goes back to his daughter. Sydney Bickerstaff is my personal mentor, and I am just honored to be able to have that relationship with her and in turn with the entire Bickerstaff family. They have been great in sponsoring different activities and working with me in different activities. And, yeah, hanging out the NBA every year at the All-Star festivities is not a bad gig either.
How do I get that gig? I mean, can I be your personal assistant? Can I bring coffee or something like that? Go with you to the All-Star
You would
game?
not believe how many people asked to just carry my bag that particular weekend, which is full of all kinds of tricks and trades. They call me Secret Squirrel, which is my no longer secret nickname because Sydney turns to me and says, "Do you happen to have?" And somehow I end up with it. So she nicknamed me Secret Squirrel, as we in turn are like logistical frickin' frat. We kind of like logistics is our thing. So
all right, 17 All-Star games for you. Is it something like that? Is that right?
Yes, and it's about 99.
Okay, well, maybe 20 All-Star games. Okay, so give me your best All-Star game story, memory of the time Michael Jordan and Charles Barkley high-five. Give me your best NBA All-Star game story.
Oh, you're going to take all my good stuff from my book.
Well, this is previewing your book. How are you going to sell your book if we don't promote it?
Okay. I work, like I said, at the green room. So when people get out of the car, whoever the NBA invites to All-Star Weekend, really we have a team that walks them to all the different venues inside of all jam sessions.
So when they roll VIP, you are the one meeting them to make them roll VIP, kind of sort of.
Exactly.
All right,
exactly.
Make sure I get that right. So give me your best story.
My best story? Oh, my gosh.
Who's your favorite NBA player, like, that's been nice to you that you've met at an All-Star game? You're like, oh, he's such a nice guy. Come on, give me one.
Shaquille O'Neal
Shaq,
is great.
All right.
And my biggest headache would have to be
of many.
I don't want to say he's a headache, but he likes to play a lot of tricks. Shaquille likes to take my radio. He'll take my cell phone. You have to really be on your P's and Q's when he comes into the room because you're never quite sure what type of trick he's going to play, or he's a very
prankster.
Prankster is the word I was looking for.
Well, I mean,
yes,
that's the word on him. I only have one Shaquille O'Neal story. We did the biggest march in the history of Baltimore marches, and we did it in New Orleans the day of the Ravens Super Bowl 47, and we had about 10,000 people meet down on the pier, and we were marching 17 blocks for every year of Ray Lewis's career, and we did it at 2:52, 2 for the championships, 52 obviously for Ray Lewis in the afternoon, and 10,000 people meet us down by the Natchez on the riverbank of New Orleans, and we start to march, and I'm leading the march, and I look behind me, and all I see are 10,000 people in purple behind me, and I turn the corner to make the right on Poydras, and I got to keep going, and there's Shaquille O'Neal getting out of a limo and high-fiving Ravens fans behind me. So I seen video of it, I had to keep the march going, but Shaquille O'Neal participated in the Baltimore Ravens Super Bowl 47 march, so that's why I love Shaquille O'Neal.
He's an absolute fantastic guy. He really is great to work with. He's one of the absolute legends of the NBA, and I look forward to seeing him every time. I just have to stay on my P's and Q's.
And a legend on Twitter. He's the guy that made Twitter mainstream, as I remember. First guy to 1 million followers, Shaquille O'Neal. She is Nichole Person. She is the Associate Athletic Director over at Coppin State. Also the Senior Women's Administrator. The kids are back to school. We've got baseball and softball and spring programs going in the fall. We got basketball starting and Moonlight Madness and all that good stuff. And, of course, we're doing it here at WNST. All the basketball games, women's and men's, the home games on WNST.net and AM 1570. Nichole, great to visit with you. I'll make sure that, if you need any help in February, you got my number. I'm in the phone. Where's the All-Star game this year? I don't even know where it is.
We're in Charlotte this year, Nestor. Thanks.
That's a short
I'll
flight.
definitely keep you on my short list.
I don't want to go this year. I want to go when it's back in Vegas, all right?
Oh, okay.
Nichole Person from Coppin State and Coppin State Sports. Very proud of our partnership with the Eagles over there. All of our WNST programming brought to you by our friends at Royal Farms. Real fresh, real fast, and the amazing coffee for just $1 right now. Make sure you're downloading the Royal Farms ROFO Rewards card and app when you're pumping your gas. You'll get your Western fries and your fried chicken free, the way I do, but your coffee's $1. It's Royal Farms, real fresh, real fast. Anything you miss here, you can find out in the buyatoyota.com audio vault 24 hours a day from anywhere in the world on your mobile device by downloading the TuneIn Radio app. We do come in crystal clear from anywhere in the world. I am a very available individual. Nasty at WNST.net reaches me. Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Snapchat, Instagram, and streaming live on our Facebook, as well as our YouTube WNSTV channel. We are WNST.net, AM 1570, and WNST, Towson, Baltimore, and we never stop talking Baltimore sports.